You are now tuned to the Broken Pencil Booking Company, a pro wrestling podcast infused with hip-hop, made fresh daily with organic broken pencil logic. For 200 plus episodes, welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company pro wrestling podcast and radio show infused with hip-hop. I am Wood.
Made daily.
I'm gonna throw some fly shit in there though.
With localized, neuralized, sterilized Scotch Guarder for 2020 repellent. Shipped online. No, it's available online and shipped via Amazon. Ribbed for your pleasure. And still available on thebeastradio.com. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Broken pencil logic for your dome piece. Happy 200, my dude.
Happy 200 to you. I mean, you know, we here. We been here. Probably going to rack up another 200. Easy. Somebody going to be paying for this at that point. You know, promotional consideration paid for by the following.
We don't deal or put up with accusations.
Not
and
never.
most definitely not false accusations.
We are not falsifying documents here in this radius.
At all. Ever. Bruh.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we had a conversation about anything.
Right. Like that wasn't in text form.
Right. I mean, well, we first, okay, let me back up real quick. First and foremost, rest in peace to Dove, aka Plug 2, aka Dave De La Soul.
Okay. One time,
That's first.
One time. Yes. Award tour.
Number 2, I acknowledge my tribal chief.
This is your daily acknowledgement.
And it doesn't go without.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.
I mean, if you've been put on the set, then you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Actual factuals.
Don't be out here false flagging and whatnot.
Number 3.
Tree.
There was a bet that I had to cash in on.
Because you lost. Don't skip over that part.
First and foremost, I was expecting to get swept. That didn't happen. Thank goodness it didn't happen.
I'm just
but
saying.
I still lost the bet, which is an amazement within itself that I lost and it wasn't a sweep. I had to get supplies, if you will.
Supply on demand was the payoff for the bet, and yeah,
You won't be able to tell the difference, but today is the day.
you might. It's still early in the episode. Just hold what you got.
That bet has been fulfilled. Just understand that what you're seeing is a byproduct of that.
I'll let you know when it's a byproduct of it. I think I'll be able to tell better than the viewers at home. Matter of fact, we should set a timer right down in the corner that counts how long until impact.
Hey, so post-production. I wish we could show. I wish I could have like another camera here so I could show the man behind the camera. Shouts out my man Ramon. You know what I'm saying? Urban advocate in this B.
Look, the gang is the gang, and where the gang goes, the gang goes.
This is a fact. What I need you to do, Ramon, in post-production, if you can't just put a big X down there. But if you can pull this off, take the total amount of time that this episode is and have a countdown in reverse. If you see a change in behavior, change it to broken pencil green so people will understand.
I'm gonna be able to tell everybody. It's like, look, this is where it happens.
This is it. Yeah.
It's like you're looking for the botch in the Royal Rumble. This is where it happened.
Yo, speaking of, and no botching. Elimination Chamber. Let me throw some. 2023's Elimination Chamber was some amazing work. We're talking 5 matches, 2 chamber matches, 1 men's, 1 women's.
Facts.
The only title match that we saw outside of the chamber was Tribal Chief versus Sami Zayn.
As it should be. We needed to be able to give that as long as possible to tell the story that needed to be told. So 30 minutes was nothing for that.
And we had the women's elimination chamber won by Asuka.
I mean, did you see anybody else winning?
We had Carmella returning, which considering the year that she's had, great to see her back in the ring.
Absolutely.
Who else we have in that?
That's my whole point. Who else was in there? The fact that you had to ask that question told me everything I needed to know. Oscar for the win.
So
I don't even remember who else was in there. I take that back. Raquel Rodriguez had a breakout performance.
You think she's made?
She gonna be somewhere close to the money come SummerSlam.
They've been keeping her close to the money as is, but that performance at the Elimination Chamber set her apart. Nikki Cross, Natalya, Liv Morgan.
It might be a way too early prediction. She wins the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble.
Rodriguez?
Yeah. Unless you have like some mega angle you gonna go off with. If we're in the business of building talent, she's as prepared as anybody else.
That's a fact. And because, bitch, Texas.
Oh, she's from the hood too?
Come on now.
Man, come on. Come on. It's too easy, Drill Sergeant. Too easy.
Brock and Bobby. What are we?
We out here playing with people's money and emotions. Like, tell me you trying to push this off another month without telling me you trying to push this off another month.
I believe I'm in the minority with this one when I said I absolutely love the fact that Bobby couldn't beat Brock clean because Brock wouldn't let him.
What are we doing?
Like, he hit him with he couldn't break a full Nelson, hurt lock, if you will. So Brock just mule kicked him right in the ding ding. I don't care what you.
Why is it okay to resort to these tactics?
All I'm saying is I know Bray.
Did Bobby really lock down on him for real? Like, nah, if you tell me Bobby just said, you know what, I'm finna prove a point, and really locked down, and that the end result was getting kicked low.
Yo.
Now you tell me that, now that's hilarious. That's funny.
I know Bray said that he'll take the winner next, which means it has to be at Mania. But come on, man.
But
how many times have you seen TV Undone? I say we need to get a cage match with Brock and Bobby.
Facts. Let's get a fight pit. Let's get the old school fight pit, not the new one.
Oh, the Ken Shamrock joint.
Yeah, the Lions Den.
Lions Den.
Get a Lions Den fight pit, put them in there, and turn them loose.
Wow.
First man to go to sleep. I got Bobby on hands.
I mean, it's the perfect weekend for it. The wrong city, but the perfect weekend for it. That's a show built for Vegas right there. That match is built for Vegas. Mean,
we have to look at the calendar, see if it's a Vegas trip coming up somewhere. Like we look, at this point you've made the records uneven. Like, this was supposed to be, air quotes, the rubber match. Pause. But now that you've given this cheap decision, it's like Bobby's up 2-1, but the last two have been like really ugly. Finish wise.
Yeah, so
they're convoluted.
What was the Saudi? Crown, was it Crown Fool or?
Yes.
So at Crown Fool.
Crown bag.
Purple crown bag. Bobby lost while having the hurt lock on Lesnar. Because Lesnar used the turnbuckle to kick off and used his body as leverage to get the shoulders kind of down.
Tried to do the Bret Hart WrestleMania 8 finish and couldn't quite get all the way over.
After he got beat down. Well, afterwards he got beat down by Lashley.
Bobby kicked his ass before and after. Like, he dog walked him in real life.
I mean, it wasn't too far. Well, Brock was trying to dog walk him from the beginning, but it was too much offense to know that he was going to win that match. Way too much offense. I'm
just saying, if shit ever got real, I got Roberto.
We're in agreement there.
They line up too well, but I know Bobby has better hands.
Wait, is it time for?
They gotta book the next match. Okay, speaking, you brought up Bray Wyatt. So how much better would his comeback be if we just started here? Like, you got the interviews or whatever when he first came back, and then his first order of business was saying, I want the winner of Brock versus Bobby. Like, Mountain Dew completely fucked him over.
Unless the bag attached was just worth the integrity loss.
I get it, but isn't this like the third or fourth time that Baggington Securitas has just put him in the worst of situations?
Definitely. Unless it's financial. But
they're Saudi against Sour Patch Kid. Yeah, like I'm not. Yeah, Sour Patch in Saudi messed up a whole situation now, and they did that for the sake of money. Then this Mountain Dew match,
isn't this the second Mountain Dew venture?
I don't keep up with Mountain Dew's involvement. This is the worst. I do know. Like, this is worse than when the Street Profits were trying to sell Pizza Hut in the middle of a pay-per-view.
Oh man, that was at WrestleMania.
Was it?
That was the 38.
No.
Matter of fact, wasn't it during the Andre?
Nah, because they were throwing slices of pizza out. Nah, that can't be. That can't be 38, bro. No, don't put that jacket on them like that. Nah, I'm finna do my Googles.
Find that one. Find that one.
Street Profits.
I always want to wait for it.
Pizza Hut.
Oh man. And maybe the pay-per-view. Or was it Vegas?
Allow. The Street Profits break out Pizza Hut for the Battle Royal Survivor Series.
Was it that recent?
25-man Battle Royal Survivor Series.
Oh, that was in 2021. Okay.
Why is there a Battle Royal at Survivor Series?
I feel like that was just within the last year, but
I mean, it's close enough. It's in the pandemic snow globe.
None of this is real. None of this is real.
We just throwing pizza into the crowd that's been touched by everybody
in a pandemic. Good judgment call there.
That's like when Kevin Owens was eating popcorn out of the front row right before shit got ugly. Like, bruh, you hear what's going on, right? And this motherfucker's eating popcorn.
When did New Day stop throwing pancakes? Was that before Kofi won?
No, they were throwing pancakes after Kofi Mania. Like, I think they shut down throwing pancakes right before pandemic time.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, we should do our Googles. When did the New Day stop throwing pancakes?
Spreading disease through food. What the hell is this? Last of Us?
No, this is a thing. The New Day is no longer allowed to throw pancakes into the crowd.
Why?
This is from like 2018, the end of 2018. New Day is no longer allowed to fling pancakes out into the WWE universe, but as of right now, we have no idea why.
Yeah, of course.
Of course you have no idea why. How do you know they're not allowed? See, that's why you can't click everything on Google. Some of this shit ain't supposed to be clicked on.
You just gave somebody some free advertising dollars, boy.
I mean, I didn't say who it was.
Right.
That's
no, I'm saying for you going to their site though, they got paid.
Yeah. Well, you know, Google AdSense gonna do what it's gonna do.
Yeah, man. Back on the Survivor Series, Elimination Chamber though.
Yeah.
The Edge and Beth Phoenix, the Grit Couple versus Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley. For a mixed tag match, they got as close as they could to an intergender match without calling it an intergender match, and they should have just did that because it ain't like Beth Phoenix or Rhea Ripley can't handle themselves against Edge and or Finn Balor respectively.
You're setting a precedent then. Because everybody's gonna expect to be able to participate if you let that happen.
Yeah, you know who at the top of that list who wants to?
If I had to guess, Charlotte. I mean, it's only like a hot 5 or 6 that can really pull this off and make it even remotely believable.
Mixtape.
Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, Ronda Rousey. Who did we just name?
If you want to, let's go Shayna Baszler.
Okay.
Let's also go
Beth Phoenix.
Let's go Natalya. Off of pedigree alone.
Off pedigree. Asuka maybe off strike.
Ooh.
Just because she got hands and feet.
And it's probably about where it stops.
That's what, 8?
That's about 8 or 9.
We can probably get 2 more. Nia Jax.
I forgot she was back.
That might have been a one-time thing because you ain't seen her since.
Shit. They mentioned her on Raw and SmackDown that week, and no one has seen or heard a peep out of her.
That might have been a one-off.
For number 30? Like you're a surprise one bagger for 30?
If you already have your winner predetermined, 1 through 29 makes no fucking difference.
Are you paying to see her wrestle said guy?
If done correctly.
Okay.
Because it's either got to be a guy who's a complete chicken shit, or she just has to be so dominating.
The Miz.
Perfect. Shout out to The Miz for hitting a half-court shot All-Star Weekend.
Shouts out to The Miz for putting forth his best foot since the real world and just training for every fucking thing that he does at a very high level. Like, we're talking acting.
Get that man his card.
Yeah, like wrestling.
Give that man his card.
Even the NBA thing, like the All-Star Weekend thing, like that's just like because he was posting cats up, like he was DMing people up.
He couldn't get out there and embarrass himself.
But he could have easily gone out there and gotten embarrassed. And
didn't. Well, that comes with the territory. It's All-Star Weekend, and you have other professional athletes hooping. Most skill position players in the NFL play basketball in their spare time.
But man, how many times? And I'm talking to you, AR Fox. How many times have you
don't
seen
do this. Whatever you're about to do, don't do this.
How many times have you seen somebody maybe look like, talking to you, MVP, maybe look like
don't do
that they can do something until they get faced with the task of doing it?
You just insulted like almost every every fitness model on Instagram.
Suave, I swear.
You look like you should be able to play any sport, and you can play none of them.
I swear, I don't want to say this because it's going to come off wrong, especially for Black History Month. But dribbling a basketball requires, on a scale of 10, it's like a 3 worth of effort. Would you go higher?
If you're bouncing a basketball like Lil Bow Wow and like Mike, sure, but
fundamentally able to say that I can dribble a basketball
on a scale of Shaq to Kyrie Irving. Where are we trying to go with this dribbling? Because like Shaq can bring the ball up the court, but he is literally full steam ahead 1, 2, 3, 4 bounces before he's up the court.
Jokic.
Okay, Jokic can dribble enough because he's a good passer.
That's my point. Dribble enough, right?
Yeah, but he's 7 feet tall.
AR Fox is point guard height, and he can't dribble to save his life, and he showed that in a wrestling match. That included basketballs, but I digress. That shit should have never happened.
I feel like I gave minutes of my life away that I can never get back because I watched that. And I saw it in passing, and I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've seen on TV.
How are you dancing? How are you dancing with a fucking basketball in a wrestling match? But the dribbles,
is this your king?
Dante Martin?
Is this your king?
Dante Martin, I can tell he got some handles. He probably got dunk game.
I don't hold any of this against AR Fox or Top Flight. You know whose fault this is?
The Shalit. It's their fault. They organized this basketball dumb shit.
Well, you're the lead-in for All-Star Weekend, basically. And that's the best you can come up with.
You got an hour in prime time before the Friday night kickoff.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom,
one job.
I've had one job.
So Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Edge and Beth Phoenix win with a shatter machine, which they called it a shatter machine. Are we planting seeds?
Why would we not be? Why would we not be? Uncle Dax and Cash are on a sabbatical. They're resting up. Come April, when the contracts expire, everybody will have their chance to be heard. However, the final decision will be made by the top guys.
Who will be out?
We gonna holler at you.
Man.
You know how much money is gonna have to be involved for them not to be out?
Like, truth be told,
They have to get in Jericho territory.
They need to have some kind of like chronicling, similar to like this episode where there's video involved of like their contract negotiations. Something for when it's all said and done, we have this piece to take with us.
Do you know the cease and desist on that would be so damn quick? That's footage you can never see. You'd much easier get a deposition from Daniel Snyder's proceedings. Like you'd get sensitive intel from the Washington Commanders and Daniel Snyder before you get anything that resembles contract negotiations with professional wrestlers.
Even though Uncle Dax trolled the world,
should have
with a WWE what appeared to be a contract.
This is the world that you've created, internet. Now you deserve what you get. People are going to troll you. The smart people are going to find ways to put things in your face that make you assume.
Pause.
And then there's that.
Oh, man. Men's Elimination Chamber match. This is for the amount of unmitigated violence that we saw and the fact that we saw no blood. One of the better Elimination Chamber matches in recent memory. Austin Theory versus Montez Ford versus Bronson Reed versus Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins versus Johnny Gargano for the U.S. title.
Actual factuals.
For the U.S. title in the chamber?
Why do people have such a problem with that?
Now, I don't have a problem with it.
But on online and from some other people, there's been discontent about the U.S. title being put up in the chamber. The world heavyweight and universal titles are occupied. So unless you were going to try to tell that story with Sammy and Roman in the chamber, which probably would have done a disservice to the rest of the pay-per-view.
Man.
Why not elevate? It's not even the mid-card title as of right now. It's Raw's main title.
It is, and that was the whole intent when
it's the Monday Night Championship.
When they made Monday Night Rollins a thing back at the beginning of this season, because they weren't getting a world championship belt back onto Monday nights, they had to do the next best thing. Take the top belts you have and elevate it to top belt status, which is why we got months worth of.
What the problem is, I don't see
Seth versus Bobby.
No problem.
Bobby versus Theory. Theory versus Seth. Like, I don't have a problem with any of that at all because
add a few more people to the mix, but I have no problem with
take the U.S. title. It was Dusty, Luger, Magnum TA.
Just like Walter.
Just
just like with Walter in the Intercontinental Championship.
Listen, let's talk.
If we're not gonna have our tribal chief defending weekly, bi-weekly, like elevate the Intercontinental Championship and make that the main title of SmackDown.
Actual factuals. Check this. Walter is up over 200 at this point, probably 260 days as Intercontinental Champion.
Okay.
Honky Tonk Man was 454.
Oh, he should shatter that.
See, this is what I'm saying. You don't even know how close he is to it by comparison. He's easily held the title longer than anybody else in the modern history of the IC title, not named Honky Tonk Man. He might be number 2.
He need if unless there is a world title run in short order, which I don't necessarily believe, he should shatter 500 days. Easy.
I wonder if after that after 400 or even after 454, say 455, somewhere around there, he gets a random world title match. And if you're the IC champion, you never win the main belt unless you're the Ultimate Warrior.
I got him as the guy to kick the shit out of Cody eventually. Unless you're gonna go back to another reign for Roman. I see what I
said. I like that.
Unless you're gonna go back for another reign for Roman. Walter's the guy who's most prepared to be next in line, unless you're gonna make a story like really compelling with Seth and Cody.
You might be onto something. Let's come back. I'm gonna come back to that in just a second.
All right.
In this men's elimination chamber match, Johnny Gargano damn near died not once but twice.
What you want me to do about it?
I understand.
I don't know what to tell you.
that's one tough son bitch. Like, cause there's certain things your body should not be able to do, and for him to get up and walk away is amazing. On the other hand, Montez Ford and Corey Graves, they are by far, and I hate saying this about Graves, two jewels on that roster. Graves sold the shit out of Montez Ford because we were genuinely scared just by looking at a replay because of some shit that Corey Graves said.
Tez put in a masterful performance. Like, he sold it. He sold it the way you should sell it, where it doesn't look like just the obligatory injury angle. Like, okay, every time they put Brock in a multi-man match, someone's going through a table, they're getting carted off.
Like the referee.
10 minutes later, they're coming back.
Like the referee.
That type of stuff. Like, it was well done, well orchestrated, and you ended up seeing that it was for a purpose.
You had emotional investment in a match that was already batshit crazy to begin with.
Shout out to Tez for bringing project tricks inside of the elimination chamber. I'm like, fam, I have only seen this done. There's usually like a big green box that people sit on and chill all day.
The transformer.
There's a green transformer involved in every time I've ever seen that move done. Somebody's doing some trap shit. Thank you, Tez, during Black History Month.
You are the real MVP. And speaking of that, Logan Paul bitch ass shouted him out.
I don't want to include him in anything. Like, don't bring him up right after we say Black History.
Well, I added two operative words afterwards.
We got a shout out to Bianca for the outfit that she put together.
Man, she went down for her husband,
and then had to tweet out that she had to Instacart the sewing machine.
Yo, that Instacart driver, whoever you were, I hope you got that fat tip.
Pause.
Whoa, easy.
Pause, bro. They can see us now. Pause.
I'm not sure they want to. Y'all gonna get this work.
All of it. Pause.
You're a winner and still the United States champion. Austin Theory, aka Non-Cena.
Good win for Theory. We lost the office pool on Canadian sports culture involved in the match. Nobody had any Canadian themed gear other than Austin Theory. And it's like he's trolling Montreal because he's got on Toronto Raptors gear.
Super heel move. I will say this, though.
What's that?
Even through Gargano's nonsense, through Tez selling for the wrong reasons, even though it looked damn good, Bronson Reed.
Bam, bam, Bronson Reed.
That man I've never seen somebody get their ass kicked to the point that they made him a made man. He was already on the cusp of being a made man in NXT before he left. And then he comes back and you don't know what's going to happen to him.
If we're truly building the future, I got him, Walter, and I need to pick like two more. Next year's Final Four in the Royal Rumble, if you're really looking to establish new stars,
I'm going to tell you who I like in one of those roles. This is another mixtape, by the way.
All
right. Madcap Moss, believe it or not. He had a coming out moment on SmackDown against Walter.
We gotta be back to Riddick. We can't do this Madcap.
That part. That was my next statement.
No
that
more
part.
jokes. Montez Ford is trending in that direction.
Montez Ford will be nowhere near a mid-card title by this time next year. He will be sniffing at the cusp of a world championship run if he's not crowned at Mania. We'll come back to that in a second.
Okay.
We'll come back to that in a second. I'm going somewhere with that. Universal Championship. I'm sorry. WWE Grand Championship.
Thank you. Stop doing this. Stop.
We on camera now, so I have to show you my emotional investment into what I feel to be.
Let's check the timer on the countdown, see if we're anywhere closer. I think we might be about 15 minutes out.
You got C minus going? This is what's happening?
I
think roll that beautiful beam footage.
Right down here, lower third.
See, we need somebody with a whiteboard, right? Do we need to get somebody with a bikini and a whiteboard? Like, just This for debauchery purposes? I mean, we both married, so we can't do shit.
I feel like that might be a step too far. Let's table that.
For inclusion purposes, I will let it be known that we will not have a man in a bikini. Just for the record.
The male demographic would already have been taken care of. Then there's that.
The Universal or the Grand Championship match.
Yes.
How I was torn after SmackDown. I was because like it was all of the cheers that Sammy got from Royal Rumble to Friday night to Saturday night rivaled damn near even keel for the heat that Roman got at Royal Rumble this year and WrestleMania post beating Undertaker with "This Is My Yard Now," and that was his whole promo.
You think it was that? Well, yeah.
Do I think it was that? Suave, what shirt did you make?
All right, so look, we can drop this graphic either down in the lower third or right here behind us. There's a blank you Roman shirt that has been exclusively designed by the crack staff at the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast and radio show Infused with Hip Hop. I feel like because it doesn't include any WWE insignia, that these will probably be available for purchase. Yeah, so stay tuned for that so we can open the bank. But yeah, Canada really made sure to not let the energy from the Royal Rumble die. So you thought the "fuck you Roman" chants were just a one-off? No, that's become a thing. So I would expect in Hollywood, those chants are going to reappear again, maybe not to the same degree because there's not the same level of emotional investment, but it's going to become a cool thing to chant "fuck you Roman."
Sign of the night, though. Somebody in the cheap seats in the nosebleeds had a sign that said, "If Roman wins, we exit in an orderly fashion."
So then there's the other one on the ground floor there in the entranceway that says, if Roman wins, we riot. Yeah. I would have believed that Canada was going to riot before I believed that they were going to exit in an orderly fashion.
I really thought with that many people Roman got into the faces of during the match that are directly related to Sami Zayn.
Somebody's going to hop the rail.
And Kevin Owens.
Worst friend ever.
What Kevin Owens did was equivalent to what Jeff Hardy did when he debuted at AEW.
I'm out on KO. You gonna wait till after I done had my ass kicked thoroughly for the last 20 minutes to then come out and help?
Which is in what's also your hometown. So unless you were at the crib and decided to come in through the back door.
Jay there. Jimmy there,
Silk there, Mama there, P there.
Everybody is here, and they are taking turns on Sami Zayn like joysticks on a PS5. And then you decide to scamper your ass out only after they play your music. Now you got your angry man walk on like you finna just smash everybody
and leave.
Kevin Owens, you're the worst friend ever. Sami Zayn threw it all away for you, which I'm still not cool with. That's, it's culture appropriation. For those of you who have not really digested this, Sami Zayn was existing in a completely different plane before the Bloodline. He got into the Bloodline on some type shit and proved himself at least useful. Like, you'll take a stray, and then after you have completely sucked up the culture to the point that you've been called an honorary oos, you then turn around and you don't carry the water for the set.
that tier you're talking about, take you back to the 90s.
Okay.
Piper's Pit, the Barber Shop. Give me another one. This was the Snake Pit.
The Snake Pit was like really short-lived. Heartbreak Hotel.
There's another one.
The Brother Love Show.
No. Back up Heartbreak Hotel. Back that one off. There's yeah.
What was Paul Bearer's segment called? But they were in the funeral home basically.
Yeah. So
or a set made to look like a funeral home.
Paul Bearer by himself goes into this.
Okay.
With Undertaker, not so much. Everybody with the exception of Heartbreak Kid were perpetual mid-carders that would never get anything more than an IC title. That's the plane Sami Zayn was playing in before the Bloodline. He was never going to get a world championship opportunity.
Oh, and then he killed Corey Graves' electric chair segment. Week 1. Week 1, you mentioned AEW. Grand opening, grand closing.
That's it. You want to get open. You want to shoot.
Yes, that is the opposite way to look at this whole Sami Zayn thing. I know some of you are like, oh, he's broken free from oppression of the Bloodline. Trash. That man has stole some shine and he appropriated the culture like many people do. And then when it was time for him to contribute back into the culture, you decided now it's not for you.
The professional difference between the truth and the lie is a lawsuit.
And court was held on Saturday when Roman went ahead and got his settlement up out your tail.
And as much as I was back and forth about the whole idea of Sammy actually winning at home, WWE logic did not let me down. Our acknowledgement of our tribal chief and head of the table, it was in the Universal or the WWE Grand Champion.
One time for the one time.
You dig? And as we always must do when we mention it.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.
Shout out to OG Keish, put me on the set.
You dig? Like, your winner and still is Roman Reigns.
Fact.
Did Sami Zayn have a hell of a showing? Yes. There
Absolutely.
were points in the match where I thought he was going to pull it off, but at the same time, you don't win at home.
I'm not against. Okay. The same way I thought about Drew at Clash at the Castle. I wouldn't have been upset if he won, but I understand why he didn't.
Same thing with Sheamus.
Same thing with Sheamus. Same thing with Sammy. I would have understood had he won, but I also understand why he did not. Now, here's the thing that makes WrestleMania kind of weird. We're past 900 days with Roman. It's extremely doubtful that you're ever going to have a chance to get a title reign this long again. Because Roman's homegrown, factory built, Stanford sustained.
You have one person in line for that. One.
Who?
Breaker.
Not a chance.
He's the only person that's currently signed to WWE. He's the only person that has the potential to last that long with the company to pull something like that off.
I will not co-sign that at all. Braun, nobody on current roster right now can get more than 500 days. Nobody. So I don't care who you name.
So 3 years, you're not getting 3 years.
Nobody. Nobody's doing 3 straight years. Walter would be the only one I'd even think about it for because his pedigree is long title reigns.
Wrong company. If the NWA had a resurgence to the point of getting the same kind of TV that AEW and WWE had, Walter the NWA to carry the 10 pounds of gold for 3 years, I'm all in.
Sure. Yeah, fine. But meanwhile, over here where the money is getting printed, we not even discussing that. So now I'm looking at it like, yeah, I understand you want to crown Cody Rhodes and start that whole new era, give Roman some time off, probably take off the spring, come back in the summer when it's time to get some more money. But the prospect of seeing a 1,000 day or 1,000 plus day title reign seems a little too good to throw away for an opponent that you are spending less than 3 months to build.
You know what's crazy is you didn't get to see any of Backlund's. Neither one of us saw San Martino's. I think
not unless we went back. We didn't live it in real time.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm talking in real time.
Right.
And so to say that this is once in a lifetime is pretty spot on.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but you had those two damn near back to back. Show at BrokenPistolBC.com, BrokenPistolBC@gmail.com, at BrokenPistolBC on all things social. That's at BrokenPistolBC on what?
Everything.
Ramon, appreciate you coming through. Suave, take him to the motherfucking house.
Pencil pushers. Heads up. Pencils down.
200 down. We got 500 more to go just because we can. And it ain't gotta be like this.
I want the
just
whole
know
check.
we ain't going nowhere.
I want the check.
They get it.
I want the funds.
Here go.